tournament realm. Playoffs are about 2 weeks away. How does Fnatic prepare for a tournament realm patch update, knowing there's such a long time between now and the next time you play?
It sucks a bit, no more Gragas, so that's out of the way. I have no idea. We will probably play solo queue at first because that's the best place to try random stuff and learn. And just practice in tournament realm, in the old, not in the old patch, in the... Oh yeah, we actually play on the new patch, that's right. So I don't know, that's gonna be tough. I think...
Solo queue the most important?
Solo queue is gonna be important at first. We're gonna have to play a bit of it to know what's good and then just practice as a team and fail sometimes with new stuff and then buy new items and see how it works.
All right, a lot of practicing coming up. Congratulations once again, and of course, good luck in those playoffs in just a little bit. As for us, we're going to be taking a short break, but when we come back, Alliance and the Copenhagen Wolves will close out the spring split, unless we need to tie break, of course. The European League of Legends Championship Series, we'll be right back.
Cyanide going to try and create some play, but look at that rate. Look at that lockdown. The Zenithblade comes in, but Peke had already got the kill. Cyanide jumps back in. Reckless rejoins the fight, takes down Panda. Sazza's in trouble. It's a double for Reckless. And Fnatic clean up 3 for 1.
Let's make this fun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the European League of Legends Championship Series. Before we head into what possibly could be the last match of the day, or maybe not, let's check in with the standings. First place, we all know who it is. It's SK Gaming. They went 18 wins, 10 losses, and now locked in 17 wins, 11 losses is Fnatic. Currently lying in third place is Alliance with 15 wins, 12 losses, and Roccat in fourth with 15 wins, 13 losses.
Yeah, in fifth place we have Gambit, 14 wins and 14 losses. Sixth place we got Copenhagen Wolves, 13 wins and 14 losses. Seventh place Super Hot Crew, 10 wins and 18 losses. And down in the bottom, Millennium with 9 wins and 19 losses.
And that, of course, means that our only chance of a tiebreaker at this point is if Alliance loses the next match. And that will put them into a tie with Roccat at 15 wins, 13 losses. We could also have one-game tiebreaker matches, which is all it will be. But that all depends on our next game. So let's get right into it. Coming up now, it is the final, potentially, game. It is Alliance versus Copenhagen Wolves. That means, of course, Alliance, they are currently 15 and 12 right now after, get this right now in Super Week, after losing to Fnatic earlier. And, of course, in the midweek, they beat Gambit. It's been earlier today. It's been a crazy day, ladies and gentlemen, a long one. They looked great against Fnatic before faltering in a team fight, and then they met Millennium, who are playing without fear, and got hooked one too many times.
Yeah, and the loss against Millennium was actually a very unexpected one, and it showed some weakness in the Alliance play and champion select. For instance, giving Kha'Zix to Cotnex was a big mistake, as he could always jump onto taps without anyone from Alliance able to help. And Nif, he was often caught out by the hooks from Jerry, and as a result, Alliance teamfights were very weak and uncoordinated. And the win against Gambit, it was a fairly one-sided one. Froggen was too strong on Zed for anyone on Gambit to actually take on a 1v1, and he went 4-2-2 as Zed. And the split push distraction from Alliance let them take pretty much any objective they wanted in the later stages of the game. And while Alliance are in the playoffs and have been fantastic the last few weeks, then they need to make sure they don't repeat some of the mistakes they had this Super Week.
Copenhagen Wolves started off strong against Gambit with a surprise Heimerdinger pick that worked wonders in that top lane. Then yesterday they faced an unstoppable SK Gaming. They started out okay, but things quickly went south in that lane phase and snowballed out of control. Earlier on today, they also played the Super Hot Crew, and once again, they pulled out the Donga and beat them soundly. No doubt aided by Mixers breaking those LCS records for most deaths.
Yeah, the rules, they really dominated Gambit in the early game, earlier in the Super Week, and gave them no chance to come back with this strong siege comp. And against SK Gaming, it was a completely different story. The Wolves, they picked Jinx, and SK Gaming punished them with Leona and Evelynn. Early ganks from Svensson gave the lead to Candy Panda and Enrated, which they just used to jump on Forgiven again and again to shut him down. Coming into teamfights, the Seraph pick in the mid lane turned out to be very weak as well, and SK Gaming could engage onto Kautat over and over, giving them a very easy win. Against Super Hot Crew, the Copenhagen Wolves showed again some different comps behind Youngbug on Heimerdinger, because they locked in Varus, and then they just shut down Super Hot Crew by dictating the pace of the game through vision and these siege fights. And Forgiven's Varus was extremely accurate with his skill shots, and he went 7-2-10.
Well, the players on both teams want to end the split with a win. And Alliance thinks the key to victory against the Wolves lies in controlling the laning phase.
The Copenhagen Wolves game is very important because the final match, it could mean, if you get first, second, third, it could mean...
Getting the last finish the entire season would have been a great way to end it.
I know 3 of the players because I used to be in a team with them, and I know how they perform, and I think we can take them on.
It definitely won't be an easy match. I really hope we can prepare for it well so we can face them, and we'll see what we can do. But they're really strong opponents, so we can't underestimate them. Many of the players with our experience, so at least double or triple my experience from season 1 or season 2 or whatever season.
To beat Copenhagen Wolves, you need to beat them in laning phase. The laning phase, except for bot lane, is really weak, and you should be able to beat them in the lanes and then snowball it.
If they miss position once, I'll just take their boss, or if they make an obvious gank in the lane, I'll just counter gank it, and we'll come out ahead.
This ends now.
So they want to shut down Forgiven, basically, is what they're saying.
Just like SK Gaming did, completely removed them from the map, and nothing to respond.
Let's check out those those starting lineups. Over on the blue side, it is Alliance, and that means in the top lane it is Wicked, Shook in the jungle, Rogan in the mid lane, Taps as AD carry, and Lin.
On the red side, we have Copenhagen Wolves. Youngblood is in the top lane, Amazing is the jungle, Kauta is the mid laner, Forgiven on AD carry, and Unlimited is of course the support.
Let's see if Youngblood for this final match of the season. Of course, they are locked into 6th place playoff. It does mean that they will be playing potentially right now Alliance. So this could be already a glimpse in towards that quarterfinal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Copenhagen Wolves are happy about it because of how they want to beat Rocket. Obviously, then they need to beat Alliance, and then Alliance needs to lose to Rocket in the tiebreaker, and then it's going to be Copenhagen Wolves Rocket here. So they're going to go in here, and they really want to win this game because it's going to give them a chance to avoid Alliance.
It is their chance to get it. They'll be like, oh, I wouldn't actually mind playing it.
True, yeah, that's true. Go both ways.
It goes either way. We'll see how it goes because Picks and Bans, potentially the last game of the spring split, nor regular season, about to get underway. Here we go. The Donger banned out, ladies and gentlemen. Would you believe it? Nidalee also taken, and Ziggs. Everything being focused on those mid lanes.
And honestly, if Alliance want to beat the early game from Copenhagen Wolves, they can last 1 minute to make sure that the early pressure from Amazing is simply not there. His Kha'Zix was not very impressive, and it will force him to actually, they decide to ban away together with Nidalee. So Copenhagen Wolves don't want to risk walking on Nidalee, don't want to risk the at the same time, they actually respect Devil in here from Shook. We could even see a Kha'Zix ban as the last one from a Copenhagen Wolves.
Zed's still available. Lulu has been banned out, taken away from Counterhard. We'll see whether that gets locked in. But remember, Counterhard's played Kayle quite a lot, so that would actually be a fairly decent counter to Zed.
Yeah, and they have last pick as well here, so they can just wait with their mid lane pick in case there should be a Zed here from Froggen's side. But Kha'Zix is open. Instantly they want Alliance actually want to log in. Very smart, very obvious. Copenhagen Wolves knew it, and that's why now they have 2 picks prepared for them. Gragas is one of them. Very important pick here for Kautar. He loves to play Gragas. He loves his farm champion. And with 6. Sorry,
I'm dying, man.
Now.
It looks pretty good. Anyhow, the Gragas, Ziggs being banned away. Go-to champion is of course the Gragas for him. Long range poke, long range siege, and of course you have so much wave clear and farm potential in the mid lane here. And Lucian for Forgiven, very standard. If it's open for him, he always locks in the Lucian.
I like to keep you talking, frankly, because my voice just gave out on me there. I'm not too sure what happened, but Thresh looks like it may get locked in for Alliance this time around. That would take it away. Don't want to get that combo. I guess. Interesting champion being locked in there because in 4.5 he's had some changes.
4.5, yes. We of course are playing on 4.4 here where he is very strong, and we've seen Youngblood actually play him up in the top lane as well. So Copenhagen Wolves not giving too much away, and this fresh pick up for Alliance, I don't think they actually mind because Unlimited he doesn't actually play. Normally he falls back on like Karma or Leona, he wants to engage here. So it's a very annoying lane to deal with because Alliance with Thresh and Caitlyn here, so it's going to be a very hard lane to deal with Copenhagen Wolves. Especially if they lock in Leona. Then if they lock in Leona here, we should expect a lane swap from them.
So, it is Caitlyn and Thresh locked in from one side. Remember, Zed's still available, could get locked in here by Alliance, but right now we do see also Lee Sin and Karma being picked up by Copenhagen Wolves.
So Karma simply do well in this laning phase against Thresh because, yeah, Leona 2 vs 2 against Caitlyn Thresh. Nope, not gonna happen. So Karma take strong laning phase, good utility to the team. Also, with Lee Sin, you have shield from Lee Sin, you have shield from Karma, in case there should be a Zed locked in here, so they can get some good shields onto whoever he's gonna target with his ultimate and try and make sure this person actually survives. And also, of course, Lee Sin for Amazing. We've seen it so many times, and it's the reason they didn't mind giving Kha'Zix over to Alliance.
Zed is being hovered over. Of course, we saw Froggen playing this very well earlier on in the day and could pull it out again. Had some fantastic games last week on it as well. Aurelia also being hovered over. Will this be Wicked's final game on Aurelia?
So, Zed being logged in here, it could actually mean Gragas will go top lane for Youngblood, and we didn't see the Kayle logged in for Kauta in the mid lane here. Unless they want to put it on something like Renekton to try and shut down Aurelia early on. Possibly even putting on something like Jax, where he can duel this Aurelia and outscale her as well and force out of the lane. So let's see what they actually decide to pick and where this Gragas will go. If it's going to be Gragas in the top lane against Wicked, it just shows once again Copenhagen can lane for
Really, Poppy. We're not too sure. This Gragas could be used in the top lane. He has played it before, very well in his time, and it's good. Ryze goes in the mid lane.
Or again, of course, it could mean Ryze goes up in the top lane against this Aurelia, and early on, Aurelia got some mana issues, so it's hard for it to be too aggressive in the early stages of the game. That's where Ryze can just farm up, get the early tier, get a catalyst, and he's going to start being very strong, can actually duel this Aurelia here. So the pick will make a lot of sense. Also, of course, scaling into the late game, we know how strong Ryze is. So the whole combo from Copenhagen Wolves, if they do log into Ryze, and they do, is very focused around, of course, the magic damage from both from the combat, both the solo lane, as well as a good wave play, good scaling.
Whether he goes into that mid lane. We actually haven't seen Amazing's Lee Sin for quite some weeks now because he's been banned away from this. This is probably the first time he's been let through in about 3 weeks, I'd say.
And we have seen him dominate the early games on this Lee Sin so many times. He's so important for Copenhagen Wolves early on. We see these games where they do nothing early. It's often if other teams actually shut down Lee Sin. So it could be a goal for Alliance. Put a lot of focus on where is Amazing, can we get a kill on him early, force him a bit out of the early game so Copenhagen Wolves are fairly weak. And then again, with combo here from much like the game early on for them where they played Z, it's the same kind of deal. You have Kaden standing in the mid lane when it comes to mid game or late game, very clear. You have Z split pushing one lane, but Aurelia split pushing another lane, and it simply means the same thing. If you get ahead early game, so that Copenhagen Wolves can't respond to your 1v, they can't do the 1v, they cannot stop you from split pushing. That's where you can do like Fnatic did, simply just take the whole map, take control of the whole map, and just split push everywhere up and win the small fights.
One thing for sure, both these teams are on comfort champions. Everybody has played these champions before. So the players have made their choice and bound, so let's check in their votes at LOEsports.com. It looks like you've chosen Alliance by 76%. No surprises there. They had a great couple of weeks coming into the Super.
Of course, they look very, very strong. Yes, there were some shaky games for them during the Super Week, but as long as they can fix it going into the playoffs, they will come in again as a very, very strong team. And of course, one thing we need to we should expect going towards the semi-final.
And of course, if they lose this game, not only does it create that obviously tiebreaker with Rocket, it would mean they've gone 1-3 in the Super Week, which would be a bad performance after.
Also, if they go to the tiebreaker, lose to Rocket, then they're gonna face Gambit Gaming in the quarterfinals. And if you go between facing Copenhagen Wolves and Gambit Gaming, I personally would choose Copenhagen Wolves.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly the final. It is the 6th Super Week, and it's been a tremendous Super Week. Honestly, we've seen some fantastic matches throughout this last 3 days. They really have put on a show, these teams. And positions could well be determined without any tiebreakers should Alliance take victory here. Unlimited is going to get caught out potentially in a flame, quickly picked up and skilled up there. Hits straight on with it.
And actually put down the ward he bought from level 1 here. Alliance didn't notice, they pinged it out, so they know now there's a ward here. So if we see a gang towards the mid lane from Shulk, we should be running the other way around, going from this side, the blue side, into the mid lane for a game. Because they're full, they know where the ward is from Copenhagen Wolves. Now they're actually moving up here, want to try and set something up. And notice what Copenhagen Wolves did, double teleport. So that's how they're going to defend this split push. They're going to have Ryze and Youngbuck standing in different lanes, clearing out the waves, and then if they can try and set something up, they can always teleport in to join the fights.
Well, the Wolves are one of the teams that tend to rotate the most. Go that way in these open levels. It looks like are going to be sticking around. They're waiting in that death push down the bottom. It's going to be a late invade and a possible 4-man invade from the Wolves here towards this red wall.
Yeah, with the teleport onto Youngbuck, you can always just teleport up in the lane so you can stay with it. They're going to be 4 and only just on the line. That's why you're safe enough walking in here without any vision, and then you can spot
that one goes at the right time, goes as safely, and wisely so, but as long as he doesn't try and get too greedy, try and sneak in the spike, which he's trying to do. Good pilt over there, Amazing taking very low on this one, taking it out. Oh, that death sentence would have landed, could well have been enough. The ignite burning, another shot comes out there. Maybe we can see possibly Fancy is not close enough, but Amazing slowly done about that.
Yeah, he's going to make him very low, so once he actually picked up the double buff, you might have to recall back to base instead of going for an early flank here. So it also means for him, of course, with the ignite gone, the early fights in the bottom lane, Copenhagen Wolves with ignite is going to have a small advantage.
So bottom lane, we do see Nif and Tabs in there early. Of course, they just put a lot of damage back down on the walls. Would mean they should hit level 2 first off. Of course, that is quite important in the bottom lane. Nif, of course, could go for the dead sensors. We already know he's leveled it up. Will he get the build, get the flay next, of course, and maybe try and make a play before they hit 2.
And it's very rare we actually see Copenhagen will sacrifice the bottom lane a little bit because they went for the red buff. It delayed them coming down here. Normally, Copenhagen Wolves is a team who always make sure their bottom lane is in the lane at 155, pushing it up so they get the early level 2 and can poke down. So let's see how they handle actually being behind early on.
They still haven't hit level 2 yet, Copenhagen Wolves. We saw that dead sentence coming out in the second hit level 2. Already leveled up that play, ready and waiting to go, but it was dodged out by the walls. It seems that early pressure is going to be alleviated by the walls hitting 2. In this game, well, Counter and Froggen, they've been going at it a little bit here at the moment. Counter has the CS advantage over Froggen. Put some early pressure down.
Yeah, Zed needs few levels before he can really start harassing him. And of course, with level 6, he gets his all-in potential. So that's why Carter with his rise, putting all the pressure onto actually hitting Froggen, trying to deny him some CS and getting low. Because as long as he's away from, let's say, about 80, Froggen would never actually be able to pull in on the Carter, not the risk of return.
You haven't seen this one for a while, or if it's all this season, honestly. Aurelia against the Gragas Wicked, of course, Aurelia that drops so very much. Casting all the way back to season 2 where he was not allowed. He was wishing during those World Finals that he could get his beloved Aurelia, but every team for him. Youngbuck, meanwhile, was great success once in the LCS. See whether he can do it again.
Well, he's actually pushing Wicked up to the turret, but Wicked has been losing a lot of CS, so he's getting slightly ahead here. Youngbuck staying. Remember, for Aurelia early on, your mana is very hard to control here, so you need to focus more on farming than straight up engaging, because with your ultimate, doing the full combo level 6, you actually boom afterwards.
Just backed off himself a full shield play. Boots as well, so it's good straight away, but back onto the other. Amazing hits coming up though, and there's no treatment at all from Wicked here.
There's no impact, of course, you can teleport and Youngbuck, so they're gonna like stop damage at least. And Wicked flat out
Froggen going in on counter, he's not being burnt out here. Should force the counter on the right side, it's not going to be enough. They need to back up on this one. Meanwhile in the top lane, Wicked avoiding using that flash, and now they're going to try and collapse in. Shook is the man that needs to close this down, but he's running towards that Tribus. Amazing is there, counter falls down in position. Now they know who's going to take the kill. It will be Froggen.
And perfect for Alliance to get the first one on here, because he's going to be the guy split pushing. He's going to be the guy where Copenhagen Wolves won't have an answer to kill him or avoid dying to him in the 1v1 later in the game here. So perfect for them. And Wicked putting on some very good damage onto Youngbuck again.
He may get a kill here. He's going to keep on working him. There's the Blade Surge. It's not enough, but it forced the flash out of Youngbuck and Wicked.
So Youngbuck actually decided to stay in the lane because his teleport wasn't ready. When Wicked recalled back and then teleported into here, so he had to stay. And it meant he was very low on mana and he was damage. And yes, Amazing came up there, forced the flash out of, oh, actually didn't force the flash, he just used it in the 1v1. But Amazing came up, put some pressure, it just wasn't enough. And Youngbuck, he stayed again in the lane, basically.
One of those situations that every player faces when they play this game is when your opponent has vaccinated, but you haven't quite got enough gold for that item you want, or you just stick around and keep on that little bit too long. As it turns out, Youngbuck's going to kill himself. The triple
but he's has been lane first is going to be higher. He obviously wants to try and come down with it, but he's falling behind the CS. He just needs to make sure now that he can show
the damage burst and a good slow. Shook in this mid lane, looking to try and pounce on towards counter. Can't stop his way in there.
Hitting up the fairly early tier, he's going to stack off the back. some tankiness in Froggen now. Taking control of the lane, the first blood, and of course the early contest from him.
Attack enemy. Oh, hello, Counter using his ultimate there, bursting down onto Froggen, trying to force him away from this one. He's going to try and buy some time to go back and push towards that blue. He has taken, of course, the Tear of the Goddess early on.
Yeah, and Counter was actually trying to bait out and all in from Froggen because Amazing moved into the lane. So he went aggressive, wanted Froggen to turn it around, and then Amazing could join in. They could try and pick up a kill on Froggen. Didn't work though.
Has been slain.
But that's actually drawn the attention of the maybe try and get a bite of this one. That's not level 6. So he has. He's just hit level 6, so he has got that ultimate kick available. And you just saw the culling coming out there. That's going to take Nif even lower. There is a ward in the triangle just over the Amazing. He's going to spot that one. Looking across the Copenhagen walls. Not too sure if they want a 3-man dive on it. Tell you what, that would have created a problem for a lot. And again, Nif takes another hit. They can get back away from this one soon.
Yeah, again, notice what Amazing is actually doing. First in the mid lane, now down here in the bottom lane. He's waiting for Shook to make a move. In case Shook would join in here to help out his bottom lane, who is pressured all the way down to the turret, he would be there, turn the fight around in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. So he's not actually starting ganks by himself. He's waiting for counter ganks at the moment. He's waiting for Shook to make a move.
Oh, wicked.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Wants to get that movement, really. Which is actually something he could do because he believes in his ability to escape. And this is something that he's evolved from playing Aurelio a lot. From going aggressive on towards Kautar and that definite power from Kautar to keep that wave and poke at bay. How aggressive he has. For him, and it was a wise move to make because Amazing was just waiting over the side.
And one thing we didn't touch on in Champ Select is their alliance composition. It was actually aggressive on the Kautar, not even close. But the composition here for alliance, a lot of physical damage and actually 0 magic damage. So for Copenhagen Wolves, they can go full armor, and then when it comes to the late game point, it's going to be even harder.
Exactly what you see Kautar with that Ninja Tabi. Sure, he can defend anything out from this full armor piercing team that will come out.
I smell that stench.
Young Buck instead just trying to force that death foul. Uses that rune prison, gets another burst onto Froggen, and Froggen taking a lot of damage.
That's the thing here for Kautar. He wants to use his ultimate as often as possible to bring the damage. Make sure Froggen feels taken off this all having the fight back.
An enemy has been slain.
Steps forward, just uses that overload, pokes him in the face, and just bursts him down. Pink ward from the walls here over at the Dragon. That's forcing Nif to come looking, and he gets caught out with that inner flame. Quick burst forces the flash from Nif very quickly.
It means Copenhagen Wolves can start the Dragon, also because they actually saw Froggen recall from the mid lane here. So easy Dragon for Copenhagen Wolves. Very good move. Good, quick decision making. As soon as they see someone backing off in the lanes, they just start the Dragon.
Top lane. Neither of them making a move. Both had teleport available, but it was been wasteful for both of them, honestly. Copenhagen Wolves had that one very much secured early on. Shook coming around in towards this top lane. He's looking to try and make a play. There's the play too. There's the stun. Youngbuck is going to have to try and dash away from this one. Shook being bounced into the turret. Void Spike's being used, but didn't manage to get that claw.
Actually use this flash here from Youngbuck's side, so he's all the major escape on the bottom lane. Also triple goal. Very tanky early on.
Great Robin. Needs a large rod, sorry. With his boots, so teleporting back towards the top. That teleport's going to be on cooldown for 200 seconds. Him getting caught. This time around, Unlimited flashes in. Ultimate runs down in it, but it's not going to be enough. That will be the kill. Unlimited taken very low by the minions there, and that ignite. The Scout was trying to burn down. Instead, though, it is going to be forgiven. Getting himself that kill.
And standard Copenhagen Wolves bot lane play here, always so aggressive whenever there's a chance for something. But teleport coming in from Wicked here.
Wicked's going to try and close in towards them. They have going to Shook coming around the side as well. He's full on towards forgiven. He's the focus target. There's the ace in the Hulk now. Tamsan's that damage. Wicked gets himself one kill. They will not dash through and get the second. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Coutard also got took out by Froggen.
Yeah, Froggen actually went under the turret here and just killed him 1v1, and that's so strong from this set. He was 2 kills early on. Again, Froggen is going to be the guy to split it. He's going to be the guy to get the turret. He's going to be the guy Copenhagen Wolves won't know how to deal with. Look here, just diving him onto the turret. He's down to 60%, actually 50 because he stands at the shadow. And then Froggen, all in. A bit too early flash here from Coutard. He needed to wait until the shadow was placed from the ultimate from Froggen here. And it was too easy for him to just pick it up.
It's time.
Quite just wiped out.
Normally we see Copenhagen Wolves then rotate whenever a big wave is down in the bottom lane, they just move down there and just try and defend it. But we actually see now Forgiven they're still going to get quite some damage.
Oh, it's a good hook on to Unlimited there. Takes himself power hits. It will get shielded up though because don't forget.
Shut down.
The rotation defended for now by Alliance.
And that's where they just back off, move down to the bottom lane, give it a farm, to the mid lane. We could 1v1 here. We could actually force them out of the lane.
So, as it stands, the Copenhagen Wolves with a 2,000 gold lead. Of course, they're taking away 2 turrets, so that money technically is there and available for Alliance should they start pushing towers. They haven't put too many dents in them though so far, because it has been the Wolves pushing every single lane, and you can see them out mid lane's taken a good half the hit points. Zed down the bottom, Froggen. They thought about going towards him. Coutard was making his way down. Don't forget, he doesn't have teleport in the tribal, but the ground
made sure he actually got ahead in CS and made sure he got some damage on the mid. The fact he gave up the 2 kills to Froggen, however, is a big mistake from Coutard's side and actually puts it in favor of Alliance. But with the lead production of the Dragon, they still stay ahead in gold for now.
For now, Dragon up in 2 minutes. Around. It seems Coutard's going to take up duties down that bottom lane, and the rest of the Copenhagen Wolves, they want to put some pressure on.
Look at the item build here from Coutard.
Push, and that keeps forcing Copenhagen Wolves to come back there. Forgiven has got a farm advantage over Tabs right now. Froggen laying onto Youngbuck. They're going to come diving in here. No doubt about it. They're going to keep on diving in towards that tower. Explosive pack coming out. Explosive barrel. God damn it, that thing. The big explosive cask is the word I'm after. More importantly though, Froggen does come in and get the kill.
Remember, he is teleporting down, so if you don't get to stop it, it seems to be just staying in the bottom lane, and meanwhile, Copenhagen Wolves putting a lot of pressure on this mid turret.
That Gragas, he's caused both of us problems this season, but right now, Alliance are not too worried about it. They're pushing on. He's got himself that zone in his hourglass this time around, so he won't be too afraid of Froggen. There is one of the games.
Could have gone up top of the make sure that very crucial out of church. Double kill. You want to get the outer church down, you get 4.
Enemy killing spree.
They secure that one once again without any problems, without any interference from Alliance. They simply don't have the timers on it right now. There is a very large sum of gold on both Given and Calzar now, as one of Tabs who's just gone back to Viatel. He's not gone back, he's continuing the farm. 2 carries sat on your AD carry. Kind of wanted to spend that gold, but it looks like he's going to stick around. When he goes back, the top lane to keep Wicked away.
There's nothing with this Trinity Force. Just take off the damage from Youngbuck and just fight and Tattoo, he's already what he's going to be doing for the next 20, 30 minutes of the game. Stay in the mid lane, farms, push it out, and whenever someone from Copenhagen Wolves is gone, he can get a few hits onto the turret. And in the end, he should be able to
Given delaying his back here. He needs to be careful he doesn't hang around too long. Froggen catching out Kaltard, but not going to go deep onto the tower this time around, I don't feel. But Given actually going to try and turn some of that aggression back around on Tabs as he takes a couple of those double hits coming out, and he is all alone. We haven't seen Shook trying to make too many plays alongside him. Teleports down to the bottom. Here comes Wicked. Home Guard boots running, diving on towards Kaltard alongside Froggen. Easy kill there. Froggen takes a lot of hits on the tower, but does get out alive.
But a brutal combo here from Alliance. Teleport with Home Guard straight on the dive pit. Poor Ryan doing anything against it. They don't actually get the turret because Amazing comes down to the 20 minutes back over. Back
into that top lane because Wicked's going straight for towards that top turret. Doesn't really care about Amazing anymore. Wicked's
Wicked, and they don't have anyone with the one-to-one Froggen. So it means for Alliance, when they split out in these lanes, Copenhagen Wolves need to do something elsewhere and need to send multiple members to actually kill them. And if you play against a split with Frog, you want to make sure it's never going to happen, or they get so far ahead in the early game.
He's going to get himself his blue buff and may well be needed. He has yet to get many more defensive items. And I think that lot of items completed on the previous visit.
Very late.
It's very late on completing
Your
it.
team
That's
has
got us, so he
destroyed
picked it
a
up quite
turret.
early on. He's not quite got it stacked. The mid turret does go down. That's the third one of the game for the Copenhagen Wolves. That means all the outer turrets here to turrets next. Froggen, he's invaded. Deal with
back off here to go down and
enemy
defend
has been
actually. They just
slain.
push down the wave here, force
An
Taps
ally
away
has
from
been
the
slain.
Try and either push down the mid
Your
lane
turret
and
has
then
been
force Alliance
destroyed.
back off, or at least move up multiple members without losing anything because they already cleared the minion wave here, so there's nothing Alliance to push. So now, without as much as going to happen, just cast the window clear and blocking wise enough back off because multiple members of Copenhagen Wolves are moving. And another issue for them, they don't actually have any hard engage. They need to tell what is wise and the move from the base also Youngbuck, but they're all very hard to wall. So it's going to be hard for Copenhagen Wolves to straight up engage if they see an opportunity.
there is no fear at all from Wicked anymore. He's just pushing himself. Home Guard boots, they're going to try and return the favour. Nif is going to flash away from that one. Can he catch on towards Shook? Shook is stealths up and takes the lantern away. No. Fails. Meanwhile, top lane, well, it's going to be another teleport. Youngbuck's going to have to deal with Froggen. Clear that way because Froggen's pushing in there. That's both teleports now down for the Wolves.
Yeah, but Copenhagen Wolves actually tried one of the engage options. It was the teleport we just talked about with Rise coming down, try and set something up with the Home Guard. Meanwhile, though, they use the teleport Youngbuck simply to defend the split push. But again, he won't be able to go toe-to-toe with Froggen. With Froggen at least on the target, he should be able to defend himself. Kautar now taking a lot of damage from Wicked.
Kautar tried to go aggressive, used his desperate power on towards Wicked, and Wicked just turned it around and went straight back into his face. That was a fairly even trade there. That's a sign of the times for Kautar. He's starting to pick up some power.
Yeah, so I think that you did a very good job of turning it around. Wicked normally the Z against the Rise, usually these 4 line side, but they might actually feel the Froggen won't be able to kill him just straight up now with all the armor on Froggen, so that's why they're rotating. Actually, they're sending him down Froggen now, so they want to have him against Kautar because when you're all in, at least bang on the next. Let's see if he can actually do it.
We'll see how that one works out. Kautar coming in. Oh, Root Prison caught on Shook there. They stood on top of that wall. It does mean he's back in play from that one. Dragon is seconds, and for once it seems the Lions may actually be in position.
Young Froggen is down here. He goes down the bottom lane. He wants to stop the Froggen. Now this Dragon fight, Copenhagen Wolves still have a very good team fight in the combo, so the Lions decides to engage onto them. Let's see what actually happens.
Yeah, Wicked's down to half health as well coming into this one. There's a ward on the Dragon. They're going to start off. Dead Sentence does not land. They're going to jump in for it. It's a smite, and Shook takes it. Can he get onto the lantern? You bet your life he can. But the last charge comes through. There's the explosive cast on Nip. They're going to flash through. That's a good Room Prison, and that's going to be a second kill. It was a Dragon for 2 deaths. Not too sure whether we saw it.
With this combo, we've done a lot of damage on the Rise. Start up this Baron, or at least force the line coming stuck and turn on them.
Oh, Wicked tries to turn some power in now and put a good burst of damage down on the AD carry. That may give Copenhagen Wolves pause for thought, but it seems they're going to go for this one. This is a dangerous, dangerous play because all the carries, all the damage dealers for Alliance are alive. The only thing they're missing is the smite, which is now spawned. They're taking a lot of damage, and this Baron's not going down quick enough. They're going to have to peel for it. Froggen goes in, gets his ultimate down towards Forgiven, gets away with it as well. He gets the kill. The Baron's back up towards the damage. Shook is running in, as well as Nip. They've only taken it down to half health, and they're still tanking it up now. Here comes Nip, here comes Shook, straight on towards it. Youngbuck going down. There's going to be one kill. Gets the reset. Jumps back across. Aurelia gets the kill. Amazing goes down. Wicked picks him down with a double. Now they move towards the Baron. Youngbuck gets away with it. Oh my God, what a turnaround. Youngbuck still got an ultimate shot up on him. Takes it down. Goes back. Eats the Baron. Thank you very much. Alliance in the lead.
So Froggen, Wicked, and Tabs managed to delay this Baron for so long that Shook could come in. Nif came in there and turned it around. Yes, Froggen went down. Baron actually killed him with his last hit there, but still, they delayed it. Look here, how long it actually takes for Copenhagen Wolves to kill this Baron, and once Froggen goes in, everyone turns around to him. Nobody hits the Baron now. There's no damage onto it, and they kick him in. He jumps to his own shadow over here, but then we see Baron spitting out the last hit. Right in the bottom, Froggen dead. But Copenhagen Wolves now are so low, and at the same time, Baron is still with so much HP that Shook can actually join in. 4 members now, just finish off Copenhagen Wolves. Giant turnaround for Alliance.
Wow. Copenhagen Wolves, it was a risky play, and the delayed fight they had really turned around to bite them in the backside, and now Alliance with the bound. It's only on 3 members though, let's not forget, because both Froggen and Wicked were dead from that fight. However, now we're starting to see.
Again, in this,
enemy has been slain.
Froggen actually wanted to wait to see who was up here before he moved further. The rest of the line is not in position. Start putting more pressure on the opponent, because with multiple members of Copenhagen Wolves then the mid lane here can just be killed by
That's going to force him away. That's going to force Alliance to slow down. It's not going to slow Wicked and Froggen down. They're both keeping that tower push going. It's the 1-3-1 split push we saw Rockan using so successfully in the early days of the spring split. Try and make it their own. Taking a lot of pressure.
Again, notice Froggen always backs off the waves come.
Shut down.
Cannot
will know how good the wave is of a Gragas, and now that he's got that death cap and zombies out, he won't have any problems keeping them wave straight.
So with the double teleport, as long as Copenhagen Wolves can continue to clear the waves here and lose the turrets, they will be able to teleport in case a fight should break out somewhere, or in case Alliance rotates around the map. So as long as they can wait clear, they can hold out for now and hold out this Baron bubble.
Side wants to land that death sentence. Kautar purposely taking and staying towards the top area of the map. And if realizing that Unlimited's there, will rotate back around towards this middle turret. Raids being pulled in, culling being used by Forgiven. Everything from the Copenhagen to keep this bound of Alliance away from the tanks.
And it's just overall very good play, because you don't want to fight in against this Baron Dub team, and at the same time, Kautar, he doesn't want to go 1v1 against him, and now Wicked finally getting onto Youngbuck.
Yeah, Youngbuck went a little bit too deep. He's going to have to use that Zhonya's. He may well. Wicked forces him away. Almost low on mana though, so he's not going to go too deep, but that's bought time in the top lane for Alliance to get themselves a position and take down the inner turret.
They finally get a turret up here, and down in the bottom lane, actually, Forgiven going very aggressive onto Wicked, forcing him away. Nothing really happened from him. But we saw what happened when Youngbuck moves away from his own turret. He found Wicked and he could do nothing against him. He was forced to back home. They were forced to send Forgiven, so Alliance instead could just take the top turret.
Let's see if they set up a play. Teleport those home guards available. We're seeing Froggen continuing to push. He's going to back off in that top lane, though he is stood right on top of Ward, so they know how full information of that. They realize that Alliance is stepping away, and that's what you see the Copenhagen Wolves quickly moving to try and push this mid lane.
Yeah, they want to try and force Alliance to apply pressure on the side lane, but they're not strong enough at all at this point, so they have to back off just with the 4 members from Alliance defending. And it's going to delay the game for Copenhagen Wolves. It's what they did. You can even see his one probably on Kautar, so he's going to be able to 1v1 against him.
Kautar's standing in place. He's going to use them home guards to just run on out. He wants to clear out that bottom lane. They are going to pounce on towards it. Youngbuck caught out here. Has got that Zhonya's. His mate were going to have to use it, but he didn't get time because the hook from Nif was good.
So as soon as they find a member here, they just instantly pile onto him with 5 members, get the kill. A lot of the wave clear are now gone for Copenhagen Wolves Alliance. They want to push towards this one, and they can die.
They've got the Siege minion with them. They've got 5 melee champions, well, 4 melee champions and a Thresh. I'm not too sure which onto Unlimited as well. Froggen chooses to follow through this one too. He could have gone towards Forgiven. Will he get knocked down? No, not quite enough damage. There was a Guardian Angel being picked off by Froggen. That was used on the side there. Tap now caught out. Another hook this time on the counter. But Alliance, they're running. Wicked has gone down. And it's a 4-on-5 for Copenhagen Wolves.
How he's hiding him back. Everyone focusing. The ultimate for what he moves back, but a lot of damage to survive. If he turn around, get a kill onto Wicked, now moving for the dragon. It's going to be very good when he gets control.
The dragon control is actually very good for Copenhagen Wolves. Blocking their third 4-4 so far. Fantastic turnaround. And it means that it's only still a 2,000 gold disadvantage. And without that Baron buff now, it is all on once again for the Copenhagen Wolves to try and put some pressure back onto Alliance's base.
And with Baron up in 30 seconds here, let's see if Alliance want to move straight up to the Baron pit, get full vision control in this jungle area of Copenhagen Wolves around their own around the Copenhagen Wolves red buff, and then set up the next Baron, or they're just gonna go straight out in the lanes again and do the same split push we just saw. They got a turret from it, but when it comes to straight up pushing without anyone from Wolves being dead, they have a very hard time actually getting to the turret because of the wave clear from Rise, from of course Youngbuck, and from Forgiven.
Youngbuck starting to hit a pretty big power spike now. He's got that Frozen Heart on him. He's got that Seraph's Embrace complete as well. So he really is going to be very, very strong. We'll see how it works out for them. They try and track down a target and they found one. It is Nif. He just gets exploded where he stands.
Beautiful play by Copenhagen Wolves. They see both members from Alliance in the side lane, so they just instantly go and engage with the Rise. Kautar now, he's gonna recall back to defend the base here. Wicked pushing very far up, but meanwhile, the Wolves members are pushing down mid.
Well, Wicked's gonna keep pushing. The moment he sees Kautar, he may have to react to this one. He has got teleport available, but he's not using it so far. There goes the inner turret, and Kautar, Wicked sticking around, Froggen sticking around. They're keeping the split push going.
They didn't actually feel they could go down and defend his turret, so they gave it up for free. And with Karzad recalling and stopping Wicked, he actually did nothing. He could have at least tried to move in to force Copenhagen Wolves back, but nope, he decided to stay in the lane. And same goes for Froggen. He wouldn't be able to come back in time anyway because he doesn't have the teleport.
Almost caught out by Wicked there.
Hallo, na, das sage ich doch mal herzlichen Glückwunsch. Jetzt nur noch in die nächste League rein.
Some of the damage of Wicked, but Wicked, if he can get that damage, surge on towards him. Still, Coutard running defense, running interference in that mid lane, in that base area, and Wicked is going to back away. Baron is now up, and everybody's...
Ja, du warst aber gut. Ich meine, du weißt ja auch so grob, wie ich spiele. Ich meine, klar, Gold